the Scrapbooking Photographer. Welcome to my channel and thanks for stopping by. If you're new, then a very special welcome to you, but also a very special welcome back for everybody who has been here before. Today's video is going to be for Tuesday Inspiration, which is a collaboration between myself, Mel from Mel W Scrapping, Hollie from Ivy Cole Creations, and Jen from Kay's Mum. This week was Hollie's inspiration, and this is what she has given us. She's currently moving house, so I don't think she'll have a video up today, and it's a rare occasion where the four of us all get a video on, so luckily we can swap it around a bit. So today I'm using some autumn photos in response to Hollie's inspiration, and I'm using the sketch for day 14 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. So I'll link all of those links down below. But this is the sketch we're using, and it's absolutely delightful. Put together by Lisa Sikorski, and I'm going to very much enjoy putting it together. So the first thing I'm going to do is mount my photos. I thought autumn was a good theme given the inspiration we were given from Hollie, and I've got these three photos that were taken at a local lake on a beautiful autumn day. So I was just out wandering with my camera. Now I've put them down into 3x4s, so I could print 2 to a 6x4. So I've put the tree on one side, so I'll have that there as a bit of a full stop, and then looking through the leaves to the sun, and then I've got a close-up of a leaf there, and I think that kind of lines them up nicely with the brighter one in the middle. So the first thing I'm going to do is to mount them and trim it down that way. Okay, so I've done that. And these papers that I'm using are all from a remainder of a pack called Autumn to Remember from Stampin Up. So I've mounted those on a piece of old olive, which is two-tone, and then I've got this piece to go behind it. I'm sort of working from front to back with this one, and rather than show you everything to start with, I thought you could follow through the process with me. So this one we want to come underneath about to there. So we're not measuring anything specifically, we're just doing it by eye. And we'll use that right the way down, so we've got a piece of usable 12x12. And I'll make this fairly even if we can, and again we're just going by eye. Just so long as it's straight, the measurements don't really matter that much, and we can attach that as well. So you'll see there I've put tape on the bits that I know are going to be sticking together. Okay, so then in the sketch we've got three pieces that go up the top across, and I'm thinking I'm going to break it up. So I'm going to have the brown graph paper and then this piece of green, which will bring out nicely the old olive that we've put in there, and then I need a piece of this to go on the top. So I'll just slice a piece of that off for our top border. Might go 2.5 inches, say, about that much. And I can cut some off this one because we don't need that much, and I don't want it too heavy and thick underneath. And we can also trim some of this off, but not until we know how much this is going to be. And I'm going to come underneath there and underneath there, so we can trim this off, and that will save us a little piece of this gorgeous paper for perhaps the companion page or another project. I was at the lake that day with a friend. We've got some really nice foggy pictures which I might put on the companion page. So we're going to start sticking with this one. This paper has foxes and bears on the other side, and deer. We do have some deer here, but we don't have foxes or bears in New Zealand. So So this side of the paper is the preferable one that doesn't have any of those animals on it, just those beautiful autumn leaves. And then we'll come up the page gradually with this paper. Now the sketch has a scalloped edge on this, but I'm not bothering with that. I'm just going with the way it is. Makes it nice and quick and gets the photos in the album and gets it all done. Pop that on there, and then we've got this bit. I think it's going to be the right size. Yep. That on the top with the trees going in the right direction upwards. There we go. And then this is going to come in like so. There we go. We can stick that down as well. And then we get to do some embellishing, which is never my favourite, but we do have the extra help in this workshop page of got some stickers and some die cuts, which might be a little messy. There's still some in here, so I'll have to be a little bit careful. I don't think we need the white ones, but some nice things on here. The first thing I think we need is a little bit of a journaling space, and I've got this bit here, and we probably need it to be on something a little bit darker just to bring it out a bit. Okay, so if I pop it on here, I can get two sides relatively even. And then I'm just going to fussy cut around. Kind of add that to a bit of a cluster there. I think we might put a little hole in the top there. So I kind of mucked up that hole a little bit, so I'm going to cover it with these little birdies, and I might just put this one here as well, and I think put a bigger circle underneath it all as a bit of an anchor there. That one might go quite nicely up there just to balance it a bit. So to make a bigger circle there, I think I'm going to use the deckled circles. So it's a matter of deciding what size we think is best. Let's have a look. Maybe one smaller than that. Yep, I think that might do quite nicely, and I think I'll make it out of the same material, so bringing that down here, material, same paper. Right, so I'll just go and do that, and I'll be back in a tick. I quite like the way that that's not perfect. That deckled edge is quite cool, and it sort of matches with the uneven edge on these as well. And that'll just give them somewhere to land, make sure the trees are up the right way, and helps to highlight some of those colours. That one over the hole that I don't like, and then that one there just next to the leaf. So I'll stick all those down, and that one, and then I'm going to use the autumn stickers just down here, so I can actually do that now. Right, I hope you guys are enjoying the series of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. There's some great pages coming out. I haven't had the opportunity to do too many yet, but there are some that I definitely want to go back and catch up with, my own included, which was day 10, and unfortunately had it planned and on my desk last month, it completely got swamped by other things, so I haven't done it as yet. So that's definitely on my list, so keep an eye out. If you want to make sure that you see those videos, then hit that subscribe button and you'll get the notifications. I'm really grateful to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far, and anybody new, you are welcomed with open arms. I'll put that up there. Now, having put the autumn words down there, I feel like it needs just a little extra something to lift it. Maybe it should have been on a green strip. There was this green strip in the bag, so I don't know if I can get these off. Oh yeah, I can. Right, so I've got them on there, and I have trimmed that down a little bit. I'm going to make a little bit of a feature out of it. Let's bring in a little bit more of that check. Okay. And we're going to need another one of these. It's a little bit smaller. Like so. So my thinking is that we will put that down here, and then we'll build title around it, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of that paper and the circle shape. In the middle, and then this one kind of in the middle. And then what we started with, so even though this came with instructions for 3 different pages, I haven't used those instructions. I've just used the papers and the bits that came in the pack, and that worked really well today for that layout. I'll just do a little bit of journaling. I have these cork leaves left over from a long time ago, so I'll just scatter a few of those in different places, and it is kind of the shape of that leaf that I photographed. So I'll stick those down with just a little dab of glue, I think. Nice to use some of these things that have been in my stash for some time. And that will just about finish this page, so I hope you've enjoyed watching it come together. As I say, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then please hit that subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so very much. Okay. So this is my page for day 14 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. The sketch was by Lisa Sikorski, and that is also thanks to Hollie for the inspiration for Tuesday Inspiration. So check out the playlists for both those hops and see what the other creators have done. I'm sure there'll be some awesome things to see. Thank you so much, and happy crafting.